The PNM Women's League has no moral authority to critique women's representation under Kamla Persad-Bissessar, an editorial by Professor Wall Street. The recent statement by the National Women's League of the People's National Movement, PNM, criticizing the number of women in Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar's newly appointed cabinet is a textbook case of political opportunism cloaked as advocacy. While the League claims to champion women's representation, its own silence during critical moments involving women within its own party proves otherwise. Most glaringly, their complete failure to speak out during the forced resignation of former PNM Senator Laura Lezamali Singh reveals a hypocrisy that disqualifies them from claiming any moral high ground on this issue. Let us be clear. The right to advocate for gender equality comes with the responsibility of consistency, courage, and principle. The PNM Women's League has failed on all three counts. Here are 10 reasons why their recent critique of the Kamla-led administration rings hollow. 1. Silence during Lezamali Singh's resignation. When Senator Laura Lezamali Singh was pressured to resign amid a personal legal matter involving her husband, the PNM Women's League said absolutely nothing. This was a pivotal moment where a woman in politics faced public scrutiny and possible internal coercion. Yet the very group that claims to protect women's voices remained mute. 2. No condemnation of political pressure on women. The League's silence amounted to complicity in a system that appeared to prioritize political expediency over the dignity and autonomy of one of its own. If they could not defend a woman in their own party, how can they now credibly critique another administration? 3. Hypocrisy and leadership advocacy. It is ironic that the League would attack Kamla Persad-Bissessar's cabinet makeup while she remains the only woman to have ever served as Prime Minister in Trinidad and Tobago. Her leadership alone is a historic benchmark for women in politics, something the League has never achieved or celebrated. 4. Inconsistent standards across political lines. If the PNM Women's League truly cared about women's representation, they would apply the same scrutiny to their own party. Under Dr. Keith Rowley's leadership, women were not only underrepresented in senior roles, but also largely absent from the real centers of power. 5. Lack of policy action on gender equality. The League has done little to advance legislation or institutional change to protect women in politics. Their interest in gender issues only seems to spike when it can be weaponized against political opponents. 6. Tokenism in PNM cabinets. The League boasts about the number of women in past PNM administrations, but those statistics are hollow without examining the influence those women actually wielded. Presence does not equal power, and symbolic appointments do not equate to genuine inclusion. 7. Absence of defense in PNM. Gender controversies. There have been other moments when women in the PNM face public backlash or internal marginalization. Each time the League stood aside, unwilling to challenge their party's leadership or culture. 8. Selective memory on the Ministry of Gender and Child Affairs. While the League now demands the reinstatement of a gender ministry, they were noticeably quiet when the PNM last gutted or sidelined it under their own administration. Their concern appears more performative than principled. 9. Failure to acknowledge Kamla's legacy. Rather than celebrate Kamla Persad-Bissessar as a trailblazer, the League reduces her government to a head count. Her leadership, regardless of political affiliation, should be recognized as a breakthrough for women in a region where patriarchal structures still dominate. 10. loss of credibility through partisan opportunism. In conclusion, by only speaking up when it serves political ends and staying silent when principle demands action, the PNM Women's League has lost the credibility required to lead any national conversation on women's rights. If the PNM Women's League truly believes in empowering women, they must begin by holding their own party accountable. Until they demonstrate consistency, transparency, and genuine advocacy for all women, not just the politically convenient ones, they remain unfit to lecture anyone on gender equity. Their silence on the Lazamali Singh matter was not just a missed opportunity, it was a revealing moment that exposed where their loyalties truly lie. And it wasn't with women,